Okay, level 3 is working with roots in context of problems, so talking about like area and perimeter. So in number 3, it says the area of a rectangle is the square root of 150 x to the 4th y to the 7th, and the width is the square root of 30 xy to the 4th. Find a simplified radical expression for the length of the rectangle. Okay, so let's talk about this. If the area of a rectangle is the length times the width, and I'm going to plug in what I know. I know the area is the square root of 150 x to the 4th y to the 7th. I don't know the length, but I know the width is square root of 30 xy to the 4th. And I'm just going to leave the w here. So in order to solve, whoops, that's not w. That's supposed to be the length. Sorry about that. Okay, so in order to find the length, I'm going to divide by the width. So I'm going to divide by root 30. And this is what I'm going to simplify. This right here. Okay, because that equals L. So I'm going to take that over here. So like I said in level 2s, you always want to see if you can simplify this as a whole first. So I can rewrite this with a big square root 150 x to the 4th y to the 7th over 30 x y to the 4th. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can simplify 150 divided by 30. And that's going to be 5. Okay, I'm going to keep going with the x's. X to the 4th over x is just going to be x to the 3rd. And y to the 7th over y to the 4th is y to the 3rd. And everything moved to the top because all of those were bigger, even the 150 and the 30. So you're still going to have a square root here. And now I'm going to go ahead and simplify it. So I'm going to break down the 5. That's just 5 and 1. I have 3 x's. 1, 2, 3. And I have 3 y's. So I'm looking for pairs because it's a square root. So I have 1 pair of x's, 1 pair of y's. There's a 5 and a 1 left over. There's an x and there's a y left over. So both of those go back underneath. So you can write this as a final answer of xy square root 5xy. Okay, last one for level 3s. It says, given the function f of x equals the square root 5x to the 4th, find the simplified radical expression for f of 2w to the 5th. Okay, that's fancy math language for saying take 2w to the 5th, substitute it in for x, and simplify. So here's what we're going to do. Let's say f of x equals the square root of 5x to the 4th. But instead of x, I'm going to take out x. And since I'm substituting, I'm going to put 2w to the 5th in parentheses, where the x was. Okay, so took out the x, put in 2w to the 5th where it was. Everything around it stayed the same, but I put it in parentheses because I need to remember to do something with it. Okay, so now again, let's go back to like 2.1. And remember this 4 means I have 2w to the 5th 4 times. So 2w to the 5th. So I'm going to multiply then 5 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's going to be 80. And then I have W to the 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so now I'm going to keep on going and simplify this. So 80, I'm going to have 16 and 5, 4 and 4. And since I have a pair of 4s, I'm going to stop there because the 5 doesn't simplify any, but I have a pair and a square root, so I don't have to break those down further. All right, now you do have 20 W's. Okay, again, if you're at the point where you can understand how to do it with the short way, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, I'm going to write all of them out. Okay, so 20 W's. I'm going to circle groups of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 W's that will come out. So W to the 10th. There was 1 4 that came out. And then the only thing that was left over was this 5. All the W's got used. So final answer is 4W to the 10th square root 5.